this women's match between Argentina and Mexico. Off the rush, the pitch back. It's Argentina going on the attack, but it's blocked. And okay, a little bit of aggressiveness, but just from one side who got there a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Dixon out of Mexico faking a strike off of that. Maybe a little premature to catch someone's eye.
Yeah, but of course, anyone who's done this knows the value of those constant pump fakes and just making sure opponents have to keep an eye on what you're doing.
Absolutely. Ball just hitting the floor in front of Badillo.
Yeah, I can see some fans reacting, but that definitely bounced. Badillo correctly staying on the court. And attack into the middle, taking out Cruz. It was a nice shot. Lola Romano getting the first out off the Mexican side in this match.
Yeah, Mexico just getting those warning shots out, feeling the nerves a little bit before they get their accuracy going.
Okay, Dixon crowding a little bit with her teammate Castilla. Dixon did get clipped out there, so Argentina, good early lead here in this first point.
Yeah, very, very close to a double on Castilla.
Argentina's attack, they go toward the middle. And now they back up. Okay, so Mexico, of course, going to want to actually try and find that first out. It always weighs on you, I find, until you get that first elimination.
Yeah, it's a bit of a momentum thing. Oh, no, and Badillo with a line violation on the middle line.
Never feels good. Okay.
There we go.
Very well-timed shot. We see Estrada taking out the opposite number 18, Daniela Callo. So still a 5-on-3. Obviously still very doable for both sides here. Okay, Castillo couldn't quite cleanly block that. Got the blocker ball up, but not able to deflect it all the way out. So Argentina looking strong in this first set.
And I don't know about you, Terry, but anytime I see a team in a 2v whatever situation, I think this really shows when you know if a player has experience or not. Great shot from Castillo on to 72, Rivero, but she was punished. So Estrada left in a 1v4.
Yeah, those 1-for-1s, always a good move to look for when you're up in players. Argentina doing really well to convert on that. And now Estrada going to be alone.
That's great pressure from Romano.
I even like some of the decision making by Estrada there, just faking to make sure that the Argentinian side goes all the way back.
And Argentina is showing a lot of respect, and that's because they are setting up the pinch. It's a great tactic out of Argentina.
Yep, that is a classic for a reason. Viñas closing it out with the strong hit. It's so hard to get back to safety. That's obviously the challenge when you're alone, is where do you throw from? If you feel very confident in your arm delivery, you can throw from further and further back, but you're obviously giving something up.
Yeah, personally, I don't like to really go beyond the attack line.
Argentina again willing to throw off the rush.
You see Mexico making the play call, 4 balls, 2 down the center. Cruz absolutely nailing Kahlo.
Yep, she tried to jump sideways and ended up taking a shot high. Looked like maybe the chin.
Great dodge from Estrada.
We're already seeing, sometimes when those balls slip, we see Romano sort of running her arm through the throwing motion a few times. Probably not quite where she meant to put it. And Mexico puts her over on the sideline.
Cruz showing a strong arm here on the Mexican side.
And I like Mexico's very aptly disguising where those balls are coming from. They have different players releasing.
Yep, strong pressure from the middle to collect that ball. Argentina now coordinating attack on Castillo.
Yeah, there were 2 balls that were put over to the corner for Castillo, who wasn't able to find them, so she was briefly defenseless on that right side for Mexico. Okay, a bit of back and forth. We've got another center line, it seems. Estrada called out. Oh, you never want to give that up. It's such a freebie for the other team.
It really is. And, you know, I think the classic joke is the line is the MVP of the tournament.
Yeah. And we see it with the back line a lot. Obviously, it's hard to back up and play defense sometimes. I think, ooh, nice shot by Cruz. Just barely blocked.
Yeah, great block by Anil.
Attacks to the middle. Cruz doing well on defense this time.
Right, we see Mexico in a 5v4 scenario.
Ooh. So I did not think Viñas was going to throw that one.
No, it was definitely a risky play, but no harm done. Mexico unfortunately missing their shots there. But now Viñas has shown Mexico, hey, I'm willing to throw this, so you better respect me. Keep your eyes up.
Oh, 2 hits by Mexico. A great effort to try and get that ball popping up off the body was Anil, but Mexico's turned this point hugely in their favor after just a quick flurry.
But now we hear the Argentinian crowd rallying around Viñas.
Okay, Viñas taking a bit of a safer throw. As you were saying, from near the attack line, a little bit more room to play defense. Still close enough that you can get it very close, as she did there.
Yeah, that was an inch away. Great survivability here from Argentina.
You see Cruz holding up the finger, saying she owes us one more. Good awareness, communicating that out with the team, and now, ooh, that long-range shot connects.
Great aggressive shot.
I love the timing on that one by Castilla. Like, while the throw was coming out, gets the ball right on that plant leg, which is impossible to dodge with in that situation.
Exactly what we were talking about before this game,
That's
too,
right.
Terry, on how you coach your corners. I would love to see a hit off the strike here.
You're gonna have to get that from someone else.
Nobody throws, but it is going to be on Mexico after winning. Oh, Castillo eliminated on a line violation from the sideline.
Well, they're finding all the lines this time.
There is a lot of color going down on that floor. I can understand why they are getting confused.
Yeah, as you say, there are quite a lot of lines in different colors. I'm sure the players are going to have to spend a bit of time adjusting to this mid-match.
Dixon failing to secure the catch on Anil there. And Argentina's finding their accuracy in this moment.
I think they've had some pretty good power, too. We've seen those throws be in the catchable area, but Mexico struggling to actually squeeze them. Mexico going to try and take out a few opponents, maybe shave those numbers down a little bit, but as it is, they're 3-on-6.
Yeah, and a choice for Mexico there to throw 2 balls when they are at the disadvantage on bodies. It gives Argentina the opportunity to throw 2 back at you every time.
Oh, some close calls in the exchange there. You're spot on, though. Often when a team has 3 players left, we'll see them only give up 3 balls to the opponents. That way they can keep playing defense. Oh, Cruz's shot. It's kind of ricocheted around the pocket a little bit. Yeah,
valid effort by Rivero, but Cruz just putting it right on the shoulder.
The line, Viñas threatening again. And it comes out of the middle, so we see Contreras backing up now.
And I don't mind that move from Cruz. That's what we're talking about with like having 3 balls, taking the counter as Badillo just did when Argentina's a little higher up in the space, constantly keeping it on Argentina to only throw 1.
Good velocity. Oh, there, we got a 1-for-1. Contreras hit out.
But Argentina's not going to mind that. They don't mind trades when they're up bodies.
Okay, nice shot up high.
And we're seeing a lot of accuracy out of Cruz here. Great shot by Castilla.
Ooh, but that return shot, Anil just right on the mark.
Yeah, Anil showing a lot of strong IQ and assessment out of that corner.
Fully agreed. And then here come the rush counters. They get her on the back foot as she kicks it up.
Yeah, Anil knowing exactly what she wanted to do there. Argentina clearly knowing and setting up for that pinch. They've been successful closing both their points with the pinch.
Yeah, and it's so hard to backpedal, play defense that way. Argentina doing a great job timing those rushes. And as we've seen, they've been able to put those shots right on the body. That ball getting away from Contreras up high, and now a teammate inadvertently protecting her. Argentina is going to be up on them to throw as well. They go into the middle, they find Estrada.
Cruz looking for
she's
confirmation.
Checking.
I thought it bounced, so.
Agreed. And she did exactly what you always should do. This is part of what the refs are there for, so. Through the line, it's Contreras with a shot. She is taken out on a return. Castilla, though, was taken down. So it's a 1-for-1. Dixon doing a good job in that left corner for Mexico. Active on defense, throwing the fakes, just making sure Argentina has to respect the possibility that she lets it go.
We're just getting confirmation Argentina's first Worlds was in Cancun.
Cancun, okay. That was probably a much more cost-effective trip for them, all things considered. But you'd love to see all the different countries who've made it here for the World Championships in 2024.
Yeah, having it in Europe here has really allowed a lot of more countries to join the cloth side of the event, which is really exciting. Dixon with a strong block.
Yep, going into that classic blocking form, just getting low, extending the ball out in front like a shield. It is a classic for a reason. Okay, and both teams willing to kind of get into those exchanges, but Argentina's been coming out on top of those a little more often than not.
Yeah, Vinya's making a great shot on Cruz.
And they finally get Dixon when she's unprotected.
Yeah, great timing and choice from the Argentinians. Not letting her get that blocking ball.
Yeah, we've seen her be so effective with the blocks, and now...
Oh, but Dio's ball almost getting blocked into number 18, Callo.
Okay, now the return shot coming in. Rivero missing high. 2 for Mexico, going to have to try and claw this one back.
And I like that choice of only throwing one.
That's right. This way they only have to deal with either one incoming shot or 2 if Argentina wants to go aggressive, and they do. They're capitalizing.
And now we see Castillo in a 1v5. Anil looking a little ready to rush. Oh, chooses not to do it.
Yeah, and that's reasonable. Waiting for that second ball to be in a teammate's hands. Castillo now has to backpedal. Okay, well blocked. You see the rush counter being threatened here.
Yeah, Castillo not being afraid to hold that line and say, I'll throw again.
She had enough balls in her control. Okay, she calls herself out on that one. Not able to get the block on. Okay, so good finish. Daniela Callo securing that point for Argentina.
Now we see Argentina actually creating a little bit of a gap. We got a 2-point gap here, which in the long term of the game, it's very early. It's not a whole lot, but you always want to create some space when it comes to the score.
Yeah, it takes until later in the match to feel like any sort of lead is safe, but you're going to feel good about the momentum you're building and the way your side is playing if you can get those early advantages on the scoreboard. Okay, some nice cross-step shots there, taking out Romano. Mexico's been very close on some of these points, so obviously no reason to think that they wouldn't be able to turn it around.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm just imagining how how much exertion it's going to feel like for the ball retrievers out here when they're running after some of the balls that are threatening to roll back to the other side. They work as hard as the players do, of course, to try and make sure those balls stay in possession of their team.
I've always been of the belief that the ball retrievers should be part of the team. Like, they should have their own jerseys. They should also get the medals. Like, they really do change games and they change moments into, live or die moments, really.
Yep. Yeah, as anyone who's been the last player in the court and a botched transfer of the ball coming back into play, feeling like it leads to you getting out, like, you know that feels terrible, and you know you want to be able to trust the ball retrievers. So
yeah, and ball retrievers are one of those people that you don't notice when they're doing a good job. You notice when it's going wrong. And that's a thankless job often. Great shot from Castilla. Getting Sasso.
Yeah, Mexico in what unfortunately feels like a rare player edge for them so far in this match. Okay, Dixon connecting. We're seeing some of that threatening offensive play from her when she's not forced into defense the whole time.
We see Rivera move into that corner. See Badillo wiping her hands off. It's warm in here.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's going to be... Okay, we get a point-blank shot.
Great choice from Castillo to close that gap, make the shot. She was willing to lose that trade if she was taking her out with her.
Oh, it's caught. Oh, they send everything her way, trying to follow up. Dixon holding on to the last ball, but what a grab.
Yes, great shot by Rivera, or a catch by Rivera.
Good block, and now stepping into some throws in the middle, trying to look for Dixon. We'll see if that point gets swung around by those catches. Okay, nice proactive shot. I like doing some of those sometimes, mix up the timing of when the other team expects things to come at them. Dixon, what a catch.
And the confidence. She knew she wanted it, and she makes the hit. Mexico closes that point, and it is now only 3-2 for Argentina.
Ashley Dixon getting a chance to show off her accuracy and catching on that point. Like you said, looked so calm making the grab there.
Yeah, you can tell she's feeling good too. She's bouncing around a little bit. Body's feeling confident.
Off the rush, Argentina. Let's see if they attack again. They usually do. They do here. Okay, Cruz, though, with the retaliation.
Oh, and she takes another one, but it hits the ball retriever and rolls back. Will she take a third?
Sounded like pretty solid impact, too.
No, it comes out of Castillo. Okay. But it is a middle line violation again.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mexico, I believe, has lost 3 players on line violations so far this match.
That is my count as well. Frustrating. But now they're trying to do some damage with the throws. They do.
Estrada making a great shot there.
Okay, this time they get Dixon 2 balls on target. Well placed.
And there was some oomph to that hit.
Definitely. Okay, an attempt at the low dodge. And rolling out of play. Sasso heads to the side. Committed to the dodge. I like that. But well-placed shots out of the Mexican side.
Oh, I was hoping that Badillo would go for that team catch.
She was focused on the pressure. Holding the ball in hand, she would have had to turn back a bit to see that pop up.
Argentina with burden.
Ooh, that one sailing a bit away, and it was in the hands for Anil, but she just couldn't tip it to a place she could secure it. 2-on-1, Argentina with the extra player. There's a preemptive shot by Castilla.
Yeah, we see Argentina with 4 balls, but Castilla still willing to toss one.
Yeah, Vinyas, a bit of an awkward-looking block there, but did the job.
And the ref is saying Vinyas is out.
Okay.
And now we have our first, I believe, 1v1 of the match.
Yeah, and there's a preemptive try from Castilla. Rivero sends one, and now we're into no blocking. The drama increases a little bit.
It does, it does. So for our viewers, blocks do indeed count as hits in this overtime to finish the first half.
Yeah, and we've seen very experienced players forget that in the moment sometimes, but I am trusting that these two players will keep it very firmly in mind. It is a one-on-one. Both players throwing right away, and now the attack.
Castilla making large dodges, trying to make sure she's out of the way.
Rivero really stepping into those throws, and now has to shrug low out of the way. Oh, and it's a connection. Castilla gets that long-range hit.
And we're now at a tie game going into the second half, which is exactly what I want to see.
Specific team, for example, do they try and bring that team's general approach to those kinds of decisions? Or, I mean, I would think you'd hopefully want to try and look at what sort of skill sets you have available to you and what works for your team.
Absolutely. You want to build something around your players, build a program around your players, not build a program and then force your players to fit it.
Yeah, and we're seeing Argentina, I think every rush they've been able to set up and get a throw off that they feel confident about. So good, solid. It's a basic but effective rush, and there we see a nice catch, Vinyas. I don't know how intentional that one was, but it sure counts.
She squared up for it. I think it was intentional.
That's with a ball in hand then, too.
Yeah, very, very hard thing to do. I only just noticed that Team Mexico's coach is in a suit in this heat.
The madman.
Actually a madman, 100%. Anil sailing that a little bit.
Oh, and just finds the feet. When players go for that super low dodge, as Calo did there, I guess that's the risk, is if somebody finds your foot, you are going to be out. There's Mexico, another good timing shot.
And those dodges are very high risk, high reward.
Yes.
They can be, right? Something that I always try to tell people is you want to dodge into a movement that sets you up for another dodge. A double dodge, if you will.
Yeah.
When you pancake like that, you're kind of stuck there until the throw's done. So you don't want to commit to it unless you know the throw's over. But a double is hit on Mexico.
Yeah, Estrada couldn't quite secure that ball that popped up toward her, so that's a good bounce for Argentina. And Contreras now taking over that corner as Anil was hit out. Good shots into the middle. They find Dixon.
Yeah, Garcia, Romano, and Rivero having a great team throw there.
Yeah, and Dixon, kind of like you were saying, she was trying that big lateral motion, was going to be ready to make another move, but well-placed shots. Took that option away from her. Okay. There's an aggressive try again. Trying to break up the huddle a little bit, perhaps.
Oh, and, you know, Mexico getting a little lucky that Argentina only decided to throw one there.
Yeah, but then...
That ball definitely gone.
Okay, there's a bit of a flurry again.
I like that choice from Vinyas to take the shot as the ball was being received on Argentina's side, because then Mexico may not be ready for that. They expect them to talk about it.
Yeah, we're again seeing both Mexican players have now been willing to throw those kind of timing shots, trying to disrupt, trying to catch somebody at a vulnerable moment.
Now we see the team throw.
Yep. Argentina is going to try and set up.
And at this point, Argentina, I think, should be baiting that throw. If they know Mexico's taking this shot, let's throw a team fake in, get 4, and then throw 2 on a target.
And I wonder if that's what Garcia Romano was thinking there, because you saw she was fairly ready and maybe just wasn't able to get the block.
And there we go. There's the fake from Argentina. And that's the fourth ball collected. Team throw made, but no connection.
We'll see how many Mexico elects to send. Now that they only have 3 opponents, you can be a little more willing to throw that extra ball. They do.
And Rivero making that big pancake dodge, but her corners were there to cover her, so Mexico couldn't optimize on it.
They send 2 into the middle. Okay, some shots just kind of skipping low on the ground, and we do see Argentina getting 1 more. They only have 1 more to go.
Yeah, and that's a great shot from Contreras. And I think we're starting to see the point where we're getting to a little bit of levels of exhaustion. People's balls are sailing a little bit.
Yeah, that's often, before the power goes, it's often the accuracy. When we see those balls spiked or sailed, it might be a sign of fatigue. Some of these players have been out for a long time and still giving so much effort. Okay, that preemptive try missing on Rivero, but coming pretty close. Argentina sends 2. They cross it up and just miss. Those ones missing by a bit more.
Yeah, Galavi's doing a great job surviving here. Has been throwing some no-looks as well.
Had a window there where nobody in Argentina had any balls available. Oh, and it's a catch. That one just squeezed right in there. Vinyas celebrating deservedly so.
So excited, and I believe that's her second catch of the point. Was that at the beginning of this point?
Yeah, that's right. Way to draw it back. Full circle. And sometimes it's just so hard to sort of make sure that ball sticks to you. Like she had her blocker out in front of her, and the incoming shot, if it's not a clean catch, it ended up kind of on her lower left hip. Just hard sometimes to secure that, but she's able to. And now it's Mexico on the attack. Okay, they get a lot of rushes off, but then, there is a nice throw back by Calo, who draws first blood in this point off Mexico.
Yes, Estrada almost securing that, but not quite.
Farola out there for maybe the first time for Argentina, at least in a while, and heads off to the sideline after getting tagged there. So Mexico now, it's a 5-on-4 player edge. They're threatening that extra ball, trying to be controlled by Contreras. I like that trailing shot a lot. They just staggered the timing enough to make sure they can see where the first dodge move goes. Second shot right on the money. And was that the kicked up leg that got hit?
It was a kicked up leg, and I think that's the second time we've seen Calo go for that pancake, and so Mexico probably knowing it's coming now. Oh.
I think Dixon was hit by the first one as well, but almost had that second one in her clutches.
Yeah, I'm not certain it would have been considered a catch regardless, but we still love to see them.
Good clean hit. Okay, there's again, you're seeing Garcia Romano go low. Argentina favoring those pancake dodges a bit more.
I'm not gonna lie, that movement kind of reminded me of breaking in the Olympics right now. Oh, and a great hit from Garcia Romano.
Yeah, we're down to 2-on-2. It is still anyone's point. Oh, wow.
And
that one maybe
authority.
And I wonder if it just surprised Castillo, because she almost looked like she was ready to react and then thought it wasn't going to come.
Yeah, I think Castillo was maybe preparing to rush a little bit and didn't think the shot was going to be coming out of Garcia Romano, thought it was the opposite corner.
Slightly safe throw from the back, maybe wary of that pincer attack that we've seen Argentina use so effectively.
And Argentina now ready. They know that a throw is likely coming.
First ball just getting through those blockers. Point secured, Team Argentina. Okay, we've got the crowd into it all around. Argentinian fans enjoying themselves, enjoying the success their team has shown lately. Hoping to keep it going, and off the rush. We'll see how it starts. Oh, there's a ricochet.
Rivero catching that shot off of Anil. A great shot from Castillo, but a team catch secures it.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it? I always like to kind of keep track of how many catches I give up. I don't count those ones against myself.
That's fair. You shouldn't. And you know what I always say when people do get caught? It just means you were accurate.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. A little too accurate sometimes.
Well, that just means you can be more accurate and place it elsewhere. Great dodge there from Contreras.
And okay, that shot sailing high. We see there's the hand motion of just the, yep, that didn't go the way I thought it would. Okay, Argentina now getting a little bit more into those back and forth exchanges.
But still being mindful. Now they have 5 balls, which is the first time I think that we've seen that happen in this. Wow, Mexico saying, I'm going to take that shot since you're not respecting my movement, and nails it.
Ooh, there's a bit of a Sizravi spike out of Dixon.
Yeah, you got to respect the pump.
Obviously got to respect the pump.
Oh, and Solano trying to go for that catch, but Rivero putting it on the outside.
Yeah, and it's risky. She came out so high to try and take that shot. Was kind of vulnerable. Rivero just recognizing the opportunity in front of her, making the hit. We got 3-on-3 play now. Just one from each side. Both teams slowing the pace a little bit now. They send 2 toward Dixon. Now comes up, just looks to draw something in.
And good choice by Dixon to not throw there.
Okay, close calls on both sides. Rivero backing up safely now, though. Right on the money in the middle. Again, just that slightly delayed timing.
Yeah, that was a great follow-up on San Juan from Rivero.
Aviles heads to the side. 3-on-2 now. Argentina sending 2 again. And now Mexico with 4 balls in hand. We'll see how many they let go. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 2. I'm not surprised by 1 either.
Yeah, I think 1's a good choice, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cruz takes an early shot, though, here. You can see Mexico talking to each other as Argentina approaches.
They force the back pedal. Dixon with a good shot, a long-range try. Right onto the ball retriever. He's going to have to helplessly watch that ball roll back to the Mexican side.
Yes, Mexico having 4. Would love to see some communication before that shot, but sometimes the opportunity's there. You just got to take it.
And again, I wonder if they have a system where they know what the play is. Oh, Dixon, that second ball getting through.
Yeah, sometimes teams have unspoken programs built into their gameplay. I like to call them lockups often.
Okay. Yeah, you might know something about the tendencies or preferences of another player that you don't need to communicate every time. You work that out as you build a rapport with your teammates.
Yes, when you play with someone for a long time, you often know what they're going to do even before they do it.
So I like the pressure out of Anil. Really, every time the feet were set to start to take the shot, there was a hard fake from Anil before finally taking one. Wow, just throwing everything. Oh, no, keeping 1. And
It actually is 6-3 for Argentina.
Still doable.
Approximately around 6 minutes of time left, I would probably say. So it is doable. If Mexico can close 2 points before time runs out, then they can go into no blocking to try to tie the game. And every point does matter when it comes to round robin.
Yeah, it can matter for playoff seeding. So teams don't want to ease up if they're on top or give up if they're behind.
No, definitely not. If you ever have another team that comes and has the same record as you and you didn't play each other in the head-to-head, then it's going to come down to plus-minus often.
Yeah, we've seen that happen in quite a few tournaments, of course, so always worth remembering. And I think we had a timeout called by Mexico, which is why we're taking a little bit of extra time before we set back up. Argentina breaks now. They're getting out there, keeping the energy up.
And we're seeing some roster changes, getting more players into the game so that they're used to playing here at the world stage.
And it's such a long tournament that if you have the extra bodies, it can really help just extend the effectiveness of your team.
Absolutely. If I'm the Argentinian coach, I'm probably making the same decision, so you can rest some players and see if some other players are really feeling the day. What can they come out with? Get them some experience.
Yeah, like we're seeing Maria Salinas out there in the right corner for Argentina. I think the first time we've seen her on the court in this match. Teams talking a bit with the officials. As is often the case, it's hard to tell what the discussion is, but there might be a bit of a situation on the floor there. They're just kind of feeling that out. Certainly if there's too much liquid on the floor, it can be a slipping hazard. They'll pause for that, clean it up, but good shots. Again, Argentina showing that two-throw attack. They are so good at it.
Yeah, Rivero really turning it up in the second half, making a lot of hits for Argentina.
Mexico's got 4. To the line they come. They send just one on the money.
Yeah, Scotto going for that catch, but not making it.
But it's a 1-for-1. Okay, they find it. Oh, it's a popped up. Dixon, I was going to say, is reaching a little too hard for that one, but maybe she was just intentionally guiding it to the hands of a teammate.
We would all like to think we have the ability to volley something over to our teammates, Terry, but I don't know how diligent we can be about that.
That is the kind of bounce Mexico wants, to get within a single point. They're in a good position. Argentina, though, still 4 strong. Oh, and it's bunched up a little bit.
And Rivero is a player you want to hit out in this moment. That's a great moment for Mexico, who's now in a 5v3. Castillo trying to, shorten that gap to make it a higher probability shot. I love that decision, but just sailing.
Yep, she's been showing a lot of really good aggression out of that corner, and a nice shot that bounces back to her side.
Cruz making a play call.
All right. Sends that ball into the middle.
Really good coverage out of Salinas.
That one getting away a bit. Salinas still on the court.
Yeah, Cruz getting a little aggressive. Oh.
Okay, no, they're saying it looked like it grazed her in the hair. Shave your head for dodgeball, folks.
You don't have to, Terry.
Oh, okay. I've always wondered if we'd see somebody wearing like a swim cap type thing to just minimize the...
Did you watch the recent kickoff for Season Clash, when Season Clash? There was indeed a team that wore swim caps.
Well, yeah. I thought that team was more about maintaining a theme.
Yes, absolutely. They were there for a good time, not a long time.
Oh, right on the money. Those preemptive shots from Mexico. Still working.
And a great choice coming out of Castilla. They really want to close this point quickly so that they can get another one in.
Yeah, and we'll see. So if you're playing for time, La Banda here could just stay back, use as much of the 10-second clock as possible, and force Mexico into those throws. Oh, Mexico seeing a window as their target was playing out really high, but not quite on the money.
I like the choice from Dixon there. I know she was probably looking for that catch, but it wasn't on target.
This is always where we can see the players being pretty eager. The argument is always, do I take the shot that I see? Do I wait till we have 3 balls and can set something up? Okay, they get the long-range shot from Castilla.
Yeah, Castillo setting up the bait, and then Castilla taking the shot.
That's right. Using a little bit of name trickery.
You think that's a play? They have a play named the Castillo or something like that?
I hope so. I hope so. Okay, so Mexico down by just 2 now. So Argentina's going to be able to try and play it a little bit slow, preserve that edge.
And Mexico wanting to close this point quickly so they can have a chance to tie it.
Okay.
And Argentina, they're going to want to play this as slow as possible.
Yeah.
Or not at all. Taking the shot, hitting Solano.
A good accurate ball, and now Mexico, we're going to see them coming up with pace. They missed into the middle, though. Now's where that accuracy is going to feel very important. It's on Argentina to step to the line now. Both of those balls kind of off the mark, maybe slipping a little bit.
I can only imagine how difficult it is to hold the balls in this heat, in this sweaty gym.
Yeah, the player's doing well to get those throws on the money under the conditions. But we do see a few slip here and there. Okay, there's, speaking of one on the money, Cruz taken out. A good shot by Rocio Labanda. Three balls sent in. Argentina going a little bit aggressive there. Mexico to the line. They attack. They send 3. They miss. Backing up, it's Dixon who gets a ball, is hit out. Argentina still trying to put the squeeze on their opponents.
Now they have 5, but Mexico making the shot.
Yeah, if Mexico is going to be successful, we've seen these preemptive shots are a big part of it. They find a shot with 3 now, but they're in a vulnerable spot. And time does expire.
And there is a line violation.
And so we do play it out. You see the referees showing. No blocking coming right up. That very important plus minus, as you were mentioning before, is at stake. 3 balls per side. Starting off from the back line.
And I can only assume we're going to see some backline throws out of Mexico as Argentina approaches.
Why, however, did you accurately predict that?
I don't know, Terry. It might have been the last 40 minutes we've been watching.
Okay, there's, oh no, she can't squeeze it.
And maybe that's the adjustment Mexico needs to make for their next game in the round robin is, okay, this can work for us, but let's not be too predictable about it when it comes to those backline counters.
Yeah, to your point, I feel like they've taken it almost any time it made any sense at all. And perhaps like showing that early, making sure the other team knows you're very willing to do it a couple of times, and then backing off of it a bit and trying to pick your moments a bit more deliberately.
Absolutely. When you're willing to show that you can do it, it makes any fakes you have throughout the game after that terrifying.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I know Castillo is willing to throw that ball. So if she's faking at me, now I have to respect it.
It's just part of setting the mental expectation. Mexico now is going to have 4 balls.
2-on-1 target would be ideal.
Okay, there's a retaliation shot. Rivero is able to get the hit, and Galavis is out as well, I think. What are they pausing for here?
There's a discussion with the ref and Team Mexico.
Ashley Cook, refereeing on the back there, is calling the out. I think whatever she saw, she was very definite about it.
Yes. And that is a win from Argentina over Mexico, but quite a close game.
Yeah, very close. You were saying before the match, that's what we were hoping for. That's what we got. Very well played by both sides. We saw a clash of styles, and this time it's Team Argentina coming out on top.
And I think we're only going to see these teams both get better throughout the week. You know, the game one jitters are always a thing. They make you take some shots you won't always take, or you're nervous to take ones you should take. And so, you know, once you get the first game done and over, the anxiety usually washes away pretty quickly.
I hope so. And coming up next on this court, we are going to see the return of an American side. As you see them heading out, it's going to be a men's division match between Team USA and Colombia, another newcomer to these WDBF championships.